Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I'm Butts or Butts Senpai or Ivan is another name I can be called. And today I am preparing again for the Mythic Qualifier weekend, which starts tomorrow in less than 24 hours. And with that, I am once again playing the Sultai Yorion Ultimatum deck that I played on Wednesday on the previous stream. In this, midday at Clean to Dust for cycling value, life gain when you need it, but also against rogues to kind of thin out the graveyard to take away their synergies and also have a consistent spell when you run out of gas. Ramp Shell with Wolfwell Haven, Tangled Floral Hedron, Cultivate, Quandrix Cultivator will ramp removal with Binding of the Old Gods, Power Word Kill, Heartless Act, a split between the two. Heartless Act gets rid of most kind of things as long as they don't have +1/+1 counters, and then Power Word Kill kind of gets rid of everything else. There's the exception of dragons, and I want to say the animated snowland that I'm spacing. Anyways, Owner of the Sea for value, Jawari's Disruption, Disdainful Stroke, Mystical Dispute for counter spells, single copy of Elspeth's Nightmare to remove low power creatures but also pick apart the opponent's hand, Board Wipes and Shadow Verdict and Extinction Event to protect from aggro, and then the payoffs for the Emergent Ultimatum, which lets me get three monocolored cards, and the opponent chooses two, or opponent chooses one to send back, and I get to keep the other two. Tybalt and Professor Onyx to combo with Vorinclex to immediately ultimate and usually kind of take the game away. Two Alron's Epiphanies because taking turns is extra powerful. Single Elder Gargoth for the versatility of life gain and protection. Seagate Restoration, card draw, Kiora Best Sea God, another kind of way to win that shuts down, that either gives me another turn by shutting down like my opponent's board, while also giving me an 8/8 hexproof creature. And then finally the Tarask, which is kind of my addition to this, I feel, because it's a card that can be found with Original Ultimatum, and it's technically cast based on the wording of Emergent Ultimatum, so I get all the benefits of the haste and Ward 10, and then also when it attacks, it fights, so it removes a blocker immediately, leaving a lot of open space to kind of close out a game from nowhere, which is spectacular for the deck. Yorion then, of course, because this is an 80-card Yorion deck, to synergize with a lot of this. Quandrix, Binding of the Old Gods, Kiora's Best, the Sea God, even Omen of the Sea for card draw, sideboard, 2 copies of Ray of Enfeeblement, and 2 copies of Ray of Frost, primarily to deal with the Winota decks, as they get around a lot of the Selfless Savior protection that they can have, Disdainful Strokes, for counter matchups, but also Winota, because it hits Eska's Chariot and also Winota itself, and maybe Kenrith every once in a while. Negate and Tested Talents for control or mirror matches, especially. Tested Talents on an opponent's Emergent Ultimatum will make me feel a lot more secure. I'll be able to stick my own things. Another copy of Mystical Dispute. I'm Myrth for those, and there's another threat for those control matchups because it's more protected than the Elder Gargaroth usually. And then finally, Plukernos and Chainweb Arachnar for matchups against, I want to say, rogues, because that deck is still showing up every little bit. Having escape cards in your huge Yorion deck has there's a lot of consistency in just being able to recast them from the graveyard and get their extra beneficial effects, such as having a 12/12 that can fight things, or 4/5 that eats their flyer creature rogues. Anyways, that's enough of me kind of ranting about the cards, the deck, all the yada yada. Time to just actually play. There it is. Traditional standard ranked. Hi! X large load, what's up? How you doing today, my dude? Alright. Getting started. Yikes. If I had one more land, I would keep this. Yeah, this is relying too much on just trying to top deck lands. I don't know what kind of matchup I'm against. This seems fair. I've got ramp. I've got a board wipe. And I've got all my colors of mana that I want. Oh, glad you're doing great today. Got any, like, cool special plans? Oh. Hey. Naya Dinos. So I'm hoping they're playing dinosaurs. I'm probably wrong on that. Okay, cool. Keep this. Throw back the forest, because I can usually find it with another spell later on for ramping. Oh, X large load. Can you do me a favor and like unfollow and refollow? If you can, I want to test out like a new thing I did with an alert. Alright, this is exciting gameplay to start. Okay, Spirit Sentinel. So my initial guess is this is probably something Winota related. Naya Winota. Could be wrong, could be Gruul, Aggro. Okay, Ranger class. Alright. Probably getting in for one. Yep. Okay, both of those aren't going to help me much in this situation. Trying to let them establish more board presence, so when I Extinction Event next turn, I clear out more things. Clear the way for the Tangled Floral Hedron. Alright, Magda. Yep. And then with this, they can generate 3 mana to add something else to the board. Okay, no, yeah, it is the Naya shell. That's what the pathway tells me. Do. Oh, no. The layout isn't working as I thought it would. For text. Dang it. I'll mess with that in a second. I'll just mess with that after this match. Like, I tried to change things so it wouldn't, like, obscure this kind of information here. While the opponent's figuring that out, just pull this up again. Position, style, rotation. Yo. Winota, single trigger, yep. Getting in for a double strike. So I'm going to take 8 damage here. Yikes, 8 damage. Okay. Yep. I had to mulligan, so I don't feel too bad about that. Needed to hit another Extinction Event or a Shadow's Verdict after that. I mean, I would have probably been dead if I didn't even Extinction Event beforehand. Alright, adding that shell. Go down to Cling to Dust. Go down and Cultivate. Drop a single copy of Binding of the Yellow Gods because it's slow. Drop a Tangle Floral Hedron. Keep my payoffs, keep my counters. Run it right back like that. Playing first. Much better. I feel like, okay, I got my ramp. I got removal. Get this to get a blue source. Much better setup here. So yeah, power word kill to shut down Winota when they start trying to go off with that. Whenever Naya Dinos starts playing again. I mean, I can get like doing this a little bit in like casual, kind of non-ranked game mode because some people are just trying to do their challenges and maybe multitask a bit in the background. Like, I consider that like a fair kind of habit to have. So maybe they're having technical issues too. Gotta look on the more fair and positive side of what could be going on in their situation here. Alright, Prosperous Innkeeper, yep. So, gonna play the Darkboar Pathway, look at their hand with Valky, and then I will Alron's Epiphany to... or foretell Alron's Epiphany to tuck it away for later. Alright. I was gonna say that might add a little bit of spice to like how I wanna go about things here. This actually might be a major difference maker here. Me taking that. Yeah, I'm gonna lean more towards ramping now. Next turn, I will probably end up just holding up mana so I can transform Valky into Drist, so I can have a 3/3 double striker that will only get bigger when their big creatures die. But also, Valky, having acquired the new name, will be protected from Shadow's Verdict. So as they kind of develop a board, my stuff will be able to stick. Yep. And then probably Roiling Vortex, unless they drew something else to follow it up. Yep. No blocks, take the 1. Alright. Another forest. So, doing great on my grain sources. And running it right back. So once again, just holding up power would kill if they drop a Winota. But also kind of having mana available to transform Valky as needed. Cool. Going for the Blade Historian, nice. Five. Just make sure it does cost 5, auto pay. Single point of damage. Yeah, I think I'll take away their Blade Historian. I'm okay with a Roiling Vortex being out. Toleron's Epiphany, in case I draw a blue source next turn. No attacks. So they could always just end up drawing Winota, which would make them kind of engage and... Okay. Granith Magistrate, yep. Preventing me from casting cards from beyond the Nether. My Foretell, Auron's Epiphany, for example. So anything that isn't in my hand can't cast. On that note, I am still holding up black mana. And keep the Tangle Floral Hedron in hand. Oh wait, no, I haven't played a land for turn. So still add mana. And run it back. Using Valky Drist for guard duty. And then I actually would like to draw another black source here soon. Okay, not a black source, but I will work with what I got. Go for Shadow's Verdict. Go to combat. Start racing. Play a Tingle Floral Hedron. Bone Crusher Giant, yep. casting Bone Crusher. Casting Magda. Yep. Alright. Take 1 damage right there. Alright. Attack with Drist. Auron's Epiphany. Ooh, another black source. Or another blue source, depending on how I want to run it out. Yeah. So force a block here. And then I can run out Winota. Yep. Or Yorion. Primarily blink those two. Down to 4. Cool. Yep. So, opponent got a little bit flooded towards the end of that. Let's see, is there anything here I'm going to do differently after seeing Whirling Vortex? Not really. I mean, Binding of the Old Gods going up again on that. Like, running another copy to get rid of that. Because that's probably my only way to remove that if I do want to go for, like, an Emergent Ultimatum for, like, the win. Go down 1 Jawari's Disruption, I think, with that in mind. And then try it like this. Hope for the best. And if not, oh well. It's magic. Whew. Naya Dinos. Climbing the ladder with Naya Winota. Hoo doo 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 doo. Bum chicky chicky bum chicky chicky bum 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 chicky chicky bum. Chicky chicky bum chicky bum 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 chicky chicky bum 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 bum. Bum chicky bum bum chicky bum bum chicky. All right. Okay. So board wipe. Omen of the Sea to get myself kind of out of my mana shortage while also ramping, so I can find more answers that I'll need. Okay, Jawari's Disruption. I'll actually run that out. No, I'll hold it in hand. Make sure I get my black source for Extinction Event, then probably run this out on blue. So that way I can hold up Jawari's Disruption for a potential turn 3 Elite Spellbinder. Or some other play they may have. Magda, yep. Okay, cool. So I found my other green source here with the Triumph. now I'll be able to hold up Jawari's Disruption while also holding up Omens of the Sea to better filter out and get more of what I need. Yep. Being in for 2, yep. Let's see. I need Ray of Frost to... Okay, so tap land. Yeah, okay, Ray of Frost. I'll keep that to shut down Winota if they end up playing that next turn with extra mana to stop my Jawari's Disruption, but otherwise... Okay. They got Bone Crusher. All this is communicating to me. I feel like they have their Bone Crusher Giant in hand. Cool. Alright. Play that tapped. Pass. Do they want to use that Bone Crusher right now? Do they want to save their treasure? Nope, they want to use that Bone Crusher. So this is risky. It could cost me a fair amount. Do I take... Nah, I'll just go ahead and Jawari's Disruption this. If they run out Winota now, it's on me. It is 100% on me if they just run out Winota. Okay. That makes me feel way better. Put a +1/+1 counter on a thing, make a treasure. Alright, so they don't have Winota. That is ideal. Go for the extinction event, name Even. Alright, next turn play the Triome. Play Wolfwillow Haven on a land. Hold up Ray of Frost or Omen of the Sea. Drist. Yep. Okay. So go there, Wolfwillow Haven on my Triumph. Alright, yeah, let's tap me like that. Oh yeah, that's right. That was my only green source. I'm still waking up, I gotta admit that. Okay. So if they drop Winota, then I have Ray of Frost. Perfect. So wait for them to go to combat. Ray of Frost on Winota, so I don't die. So this way I go to 10. Or I take 10 damage, I go to... Or, oh geez. 4, 8. I take 12, I go to 1. Alright. Yeah, opponent probably reading, hey, why did my abilities not trigger? Ray of Frost shuts that down. It's my intentional tech. Yep. It's my intentional tech to stop this deck. Emergent Ultimatum. Okay. So with Emergent Ultimatum, I'm trying to figure out my outs in this situation. So... I feel like giving myself an extra turn is a good idea. Kiora Best the Sea God also seems pretty good. And can't do Shadow's Verdict. Kiora Best the Sea God. And then Elder Gargroth as protection in life gain. So if they don't give me the extra turn, I have a 6/6 and an 8/8 with hexproof to block their creatures. But even then, if I get my extra turn, I got 2/1/1s to chump block. Okay, cool. So Gargaroth, that. Activating Ranger class, yep. Play their land. Tap all the permanents my opponent controls. If this was an untapped source, or, well, okay. Draw a card. Alright, that just makes me feel a lot safer. Damage. Play that tapped. Burn out the Cultivator. Take action. Get an island. Yeah, hold up my mana otherwise. Okay. They're still able to play off the top of their deck with Ranger. Yep. New Winota. Go for the Power Word, kill him, Winota. And then go ahead and Omen of the Sea to draw myself further kind of value. Gain control. I would like their Ranger class. So attacking with both. Trigger. Gain 3 life. Put it on the Gargaroth. And then with that, play Yorion. 2, 3. And actually, let's go 4. Whew-wee. Dug myself out of this one. Stabilized. Unless they draw another Winota. Yeah, I'll take an Elrond's Epiphany. Elspeth's Nightmare isn't gonna do work in this situation. Yeah, I mean their out is another Winota. That's for sure. But they've already seen at least 2 of their Winotas. Their 40 card. Oh, Turn Timber Symbiosis. All right. That is another out. So you're gonna look at another 7 cards to find a creature. Alright, played Historian. Yep. And, I mean, just jump. Doesn't have trample. Oh, wait, it does. Oops. Yep. Good game. Oh, I got way too cocky. That was a game I should not have lost. That was a game I should have won. I should have played it safe. Should have triple blocked everywhere with that. I literally had flying lethal in the air. I will never live this down. I'm gonna just accept this moment of shame. Well, again, keep Triumph is mana fixing, but I also just have more with Cultivate. Fervent Champion, yep. Burn out the swamp. Second Fervent Champion, yep. So hitting in for 4, 15 damage. Or I'm at 15 life. Play the Forest. Burn it back. Trying to target creature with no counters on it. So that way they don't get their trigger, but they could have Rimrock. Nope, no Rimrock. Annex. Yep. Cultivate here. I have my other black source in hand. I have another blue source. I mean, I do have another blue source, yeah. So, forests, honestly. And just hope I'm not dead. Okay. Well, Fervent Champion is like a free roll if I had another mountain. So taking 8 here. At least 8. Going down to 6. Go for Shadow's Verdict. Run it back. Another Annex, yep. With that, play Tron like this. Extinction event, name odd. Another Annex, yep. Okay. Yorion into hand. Go for Valky. As a chump blocker at most. Take away Bronc Pressure. I mean, they're gonna probably use that. Alright. Yeah, Valky's getting ready to die. And I'll probably take at least 2. Well, up to, what? At least 2, up to 4 damage now. Because I know they have the Stomp in hand. So I'm at a virtual 2. And drew another land. I'm still kind of just reeling from my mistake in that last game. Yorion, Cultivate, just to thin out my deck. His land, Swamp, put the island into play. Yep. Taking 2 to the face probably from Bone Crusher. Is my guess. Because that's one of their outs here. If they top deck an untapped mountain, yep, they animate their Faceless Haven. Yep, I'm just gonna let them get in for damage. Yeah. Alright. Going against Lukka with Mono Red Aggro, Ray of Frost. Easy include. Let's go for Plukranos. Go down the... Oh, actually keep a probably singleton copy of Disdainful Stroke, drop the Mystical Dispute, keep the Cling to Dust for life gain. Probably drop a Wolf Willow Haven and a Tangled Floral Hedron. Removal generally here, or drop a Cultivate. Keep Tangled. Because it blocks as a creature if I need a chump blocker at the last minute. There might be a reason to run Imarith as just another like body to absorb things. And it also kind of it dodges their frostbites, which they're probably taking out. Is something also I need to think about. Dodging frostbites, but going up. Okay. Yeah. I'll do it like this. And run back. Alright, want to play this time. Got Ray of Frost in hand. Got Vorinclex for stabilizing. Goblin Javelineer. Warrior, yep. Get my forest. Take one. Pow pow. Alright. Go with the island. Pass it back. Probably go Omen of the Sea unless they do something like that. They might be in shock for a second, or not too much of a shock. It is a hate card dedicated towards that specific color pie. Or color of the color pie. Right, Faceless Haven, another Goblin Javelineer, yep. Take two. My turn. Omen of the Sea. I am trying to figure out if I want both of these. I haven't dealt with enough of their creatures to kind of justify a solid binding. But I'll take out one Goblin Javelineer like this. Power Word Kill is looking bad here because of Faceless Haven. Alright, Torbrand, yep. Solid play, solid play. The Ketria Triome. Blue, blue. Yeah. See what they try to do here. Animating Faceless Haven, yep. Power Word Kill, Torbrand, so I only take 5 damage, which is still a fair amount. Huge amount. Second Black Source. Run out Yorion. Blink Omen of the Sea. Alron's Epiphany and Professor Onyx. I'm down for both of those. I am just Alron's Epiphany feels great. Okay, yep. NX. So probably Alron's Epiphany to give myself extra creatures that I can use to block. Ooh, the double Annex. So that way they get to make, I believe, 4 wide satyrs, which is very, very nice for them. So they're definitely going wide. Yeah, I'll just start with the Alron's Epiphany. Take my extra turn, get in for 4 damage with Yorion, untap. Ray of Frost is really nice here. But for now, hold up Vorinclex. Or play Vorinclex. There might be an argument to be made for me to just name this out on even while holding up Ray of Frost. But I'm fine with this. The worst they can do is animate... Well, the worst they can do is top deck Embercleave. But they can also, animate Faceless Haven and still attack in with everything. So with this in mind, I want to block exactly like this. If they have Embercleave, I mean, good game. Well, yeah. There wasn't anything I was going to be able to do about Embercleave. Yep. Good game. Well played, Mono Red. Still a very solid deck. Actually, yeah. So, Extinction Event holding up Ray of Frost was probably the better line. So, Ray of Frost locked down Annex while getting rid of a lot of those tokens. So then they would only attack with their 4/3. And I would still have, the blockers. And they wouldn't have enough mana for Embercleave after animating the Faceless Haven. Playing early morning Magic is not my strong suit. I need to go to bed earlier. I should not try this. You know what? I'll play this. This person's probably close to getting mythic. If I take the loss here, I'm fine with that. Let them get to that mythic tier and just not have to worry about dealing with diamond anymore. I mean, now I feel a little different about that, now that I know they're playing Winota, but also that is probably the tier 1 deck, I think, for what it is. It could be Gruul Aggro, too, still. Selfless Savior, it's Winota. Just get this out of the way. I know they'll like be stopped every second because of Selfless Savior. I need the Emergent Ultimatum. I need lands. Alright, Seagate Restoration, you're going into play tapped. And then next turn I gotta hope to like either top deck something like Extinction Event. Alright. Prosperous Innkeeper, yep. So I need to either just top deck something like Extinction Event. Hope I don't die to their board, to a top decked Winota. Alright, taking 4 damage. Okay, Wolfwillow Haven. Okay, so I can accelerate my mana a bit, like this. Get Yorion in hand, and yeah, go back to just hoping I'm not dead. Is really where I'm at here. I just need to hope I'm not dead to Winota, and I'm probably dead to Winota now. Let them get their triggers. There is a chance, a very small chance they can whiff after looking at 24 cards, but there is a very slim to none chance in that. Okay, they whiffed once, but okay, another Winota. Yep. Okay, Kenrith. That actually just makes it lethal right here. Yeah. I'm gonna concede before they can look at my hand. They probably know I'm on the Emergent Ultimatum, but you never know if they know. Grave Enfeeblement, Disdainful Strokes. Take out the Mystical Dispute. Definitely know I'm Clinging to Dust. Drop a Cultivate. Drop one of these each. And do the best I can. Playing first. Binding. Vorinclex. Only because I'm going first. I mean, what I'm expecting to also just happen here is they do a turn 3 Elite Spellbinder, which would take away my binding, so I don't get to get that value immediately. Prosperous Innkeeper, yep. Resolves. I just will eat the Prosperous Innkeeper there. Dang. Okay. Eska's Chariot is my concern. I'm gonna hold up Jawari's Disruption. Previously I was gonna just add Yorion to my hand. Yep. Now I can add Yorion to my hand. Fabled Passage. Probably get a Swamp. Yep. Okay, yeah. Can't deal with the second one. but that's okay. Right, with this, multiple haven on the swamp. Accelerate mana, Binding of the Old Gods. Hitting the Chariot. My expectation is they have Winota in hand. And are... Okay, they don't. This is why this might... Like... The control matchups are grindy, but... This just, like... Having to be concerned about them having Winota or not is just a terrible feeling. Terrible feeling to have. I don't wish it on my worst enemies. Just not fun. At 7 mana. Another Chariot. Yep. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have enough to hold up Ray of Frost after sticking Vorinclex. So won't attack in, just keep up a blocker for the Chariot in case they want to try to get in with it. Tells me they probably have like a Bone Crusher or something in hand. They want to trade the Chariot for Vorinclex. Or maybe they want to go wide and make more cats. Hard to say. Yep. Bone Crusher Giant. Yep. Running out Bone Crusher. Taking 2 right now so I don't take 4 in the future. Alright, taking 6 from the cats. I actually probably should have played that on blue. I'm just... today's not my day, what can I say? Kenrith, okay. So with that, giving haste and trample to Kenrith. Good game, well played. Nobi Ryu, I hope you make it to Mythic. You're practically almost there. Alright. Just hopping back into the play queue. Play Yikes-ish. I probably shouldn't, but I will. So get a forest with the Fabled Passage, swamp, Wolf-Willowed Haven, to, depending on what my draws are, if I get an untapped source, I got Binding of the Old Gods. Okay, so treasure shell of some kind. Forest. Alright, another swamp. Wolf-Willowed Haven on this case on swamp then, because I'll be able to play another untapped swamp next turn. Binding of the Old Gods, anything that looks kind of mildly suspicious. My expectation is they're going to hold up Deadly Dispute to deal with whatever I play next. So if they don't run anything out and just hold up 2 open mana, I'm going to play Elspeth's Nightmare. If they play something for 2 mana that I want to take care of, then I have Binding of the Old Gods to deal with that. So green-black, alright. I mean, I know you have Deadly Dispute. Could be, Ranger class, okay. Yeah, with that then, I will go for Elspeth's Nightmare to hit the 2/2. And they can still add +1/+1 counters, but if, depending on what they do, I at least have like a great target now for my Binding of the Old Gods next turn. While also getting information and knowledge about their hand. So I'll be able to know what's cooking in their hand. Yep, leveling up. Getting in for 2 damage with Shambling Ghast. Alright. So yep, there's the Deadly Dispute. So Felmar Knight, so I'm gonna say green-black. Adventures. Take care of the Ranger class. Edgewall Innkeeper. Felmar Knight, yep. Draw a card. Okay. So another Wolfhill Haven, which will help accelerate my mana. So I guess and then hit another Binding of the Old Gods to take care of the Edgewall Innkeeper. Which, well, if I draw an untapped blue source, then I can Emergent Ultimatum next turn. 1 of 2 Emergent Ultimatums in hand. Otherwise, I can add Yorion. Right, taking 3. And Edgewall Innkeeper, yep. Okay. So my third untapped swamp, which is totally fine. Triumph. Add Yorion to hand. That. Run it back. So now I'll be able to chain my Emergent Ultimatums. Going back to back. Creatures I control gain Death Touch. Go for Emergent Ultimatum. This go around, I would like Elrond's Epiphany. I would like a Shadow's Verdict. And to kind of keep things spicy, Your Best Sea God. Alright. So, Shadow's Verdict. Cleans up their board. Elrond's Epiphany. So now I go for Emergent Ultimatum. Getting... Okay. Yeah, back-to-back ultimatums are tough to deal with. So, green-black... Well, I can imagine they have the Great Henge with... In that case, Negate seems like a viable kind of counterspell for that. Imarith, Plukranos to come back from their removal suite or potential removal suite. Cling to Dust, just a fun of, one of, seems fine. Everything else in this deck seems kind of prepared for this matchup. It is a nice like value engine they have with the Edgewall Innkeeper and the green-black adventure cards. Deadly Dispute. Yeah, I feel like there's still more I'm missing here. Usually with Deadly Dispute and I'm trying to remember. Deadly Dispute, Shambling Ghast, usually that there's a lot of mana acceleration to be involved there. Okay. So I think at least lead this out on blue to either make me go green or black next turn, to either play Wolfwillow's Haven, depending on how they develop their board, or hold up Omen of the Sea, or Power Word Kill. Also, a lot of it depends on what I draw off the top of my deck. Deadly Dispute, okay. Okay, a negate. Alright. So the main thing I feel like I need to do is be able to find more mana. That's what Omen of the Sea is there. If they're doing something scary, I got my negate. Lovestruck Beast isn't too scary. Alright, Omen of the Sea. Okay, yep. Lands for days, that's what I needed. This is exactly what I needed. Actually, that could have been a mistake. No, it's not anymore, because if I do this, then they can't run out the Great Henge. Whew. Tomorrow's gonna be fun. Oh, I mean, it's gonna be a grind. I'll make it through however I can. Lovestruck Beast, yep. So with that, with this actually, yeah, with everything I have right now, put Yorion in a hand, hold up negates, in case they have the Great Henge, which is my bigger concern. I feel like I can take 6 damage coming up right here. Yep, taking 6. Elder Gargaroth, okay, yep. Extinction event named Odd. Yeah, extinction event named Odd. Takes color of Gargaroth, Lovestruck Beast. They still have their 1/1. And they have the potential to animate the Faceless Haven as well. Yep. Getting in for 5 damage, bringing me down to 8. Going for Shambling Ghast. He's got 2 open mana. What could it be? Could be a lot of things. Okay, so I think Quandrix Cultivator is enough to just slow down the board, get me my forest, so I can do an Emergent Ultimatum next turn. And still holding up Negate in case they have something to catch me off guard. So I feel ready. Ready for what can come at me. Belmar Knight. It's not the worst thing in the world for them to cycle and draw a card. Yep, Thumb Iron Egg. Duress is the worst thing in the world. If they have a second one, then... Okay. Okay. Huey. None on black. Go for the Emergent Ultimatum. I don't think I care too much about what they have on their board here. So primarily doing this because I feel like they'll let me stick either Vornklex or Nakiora. I'm good with either one of those. So definitely glad if they let me stick. If they don't go for all runs, because then I still lock down their creatures for potential attacking. Yep. Okay. Cool. So Vornklex like this. Oh, they could still have removal for Vornklex. Okay, they don't. So I make my 8/8. I tap down their stuff. Get in for 9 damage and run it back to them with an 8/8 hexproof to block the Baseless Haven. And then to add onto this, run out Pelukrinos Unchained. I want your wolf. I don't want you to have blockers. Run out Pelukrinos. Get the fun little synergy of making that a 12/12, yep. Yep, so when you animate Faceless Haven, they fight, and then I'm able to get in for lethal damage without the opponent being able to block. Alright. Going back into the ranked queue. Ah. Currently waiting for an opponent. Currently waiting for an opponent. I have found an opponent. Nico 0827. Okay, this seems like a hand to deal with a lot of all-around things. I mean, turn 1 Fabled Passage to get an island, but after that being set up to Cling to Dust if I need to do that fast for some reason, but onto the sea to find everything else I need. Alright. Going against Mono Red, cool. So Fabled Passage to get my island. Battle. Ooh, is this Goblins? That's cool. Go, go, Goblin, beatdown. Alright. Burn out the swamp to potentially threaten that I might have a removal spell. Which they'll still push in either way. Hobgoblin Bandit? Alright. They're curving out. This is scary. Yikes. Dang it. Okay, Binding. Binding of the Old Gods. cultivating to just get ahead on mana and make sure So I'm either... okay, another Hobgoblin. Alright. Okay. Oh, right. Ah, jeez. That was a spectacular beatdown. Dang, Goblins. Dang. Aw, oh, dang, Goblins. That... oh, I am reeling after that. That was glorious. That was beautiful. That was amazing. I am so proud of you, Goblins. I am really happy for you. Good job, Goblins. Good job, Goblins. Play those for early creature kind of blockage. I am shell-shocked after that. Oh, man. That was a beautiful curve. The Hobgoblin Lord. It seems like we haven't had a Goblin Lord in the standard environment for a hot sec, so like I know Goblins are popular in Historic with I forget its name right now. Anyways, solid play. I'm content with my mana sources now. Okay. Run out Valky here to get a sense of what's going on in their hand. Battlecry. Battlecry is probably their turn 2. I need to take Bone Crusher because otherwise it's their removal. And then also it gives me something to do with my mana next turn. Battlecry, yep. So I can hold up Jawari's Disruption for if they run out of Hobgoblin Bandit, which they probably will, or Bandit Lord. Yeah, Hobgoblin Bandit Lord. Go for the Jawari's Disruption on the first one. And I will let you get in for 2. Put it back. Yeah, that seems fine. Sure. Destroy target creature with no counters on it. So, yep. Up your team. Get at me for 3. Play my island. So I need another green source here. And I can do the Ultimatum dance next turn. I'll just go ahead and add Yorion. I don't feel like blocking with Valky. If they have other removal for Valky, they are welcome to it. Not getting in with the Lord is interesting. Well, it would have been eaten just by itself. So, Ultimatum. Alron's Epiphany. What kind of sticky situation do I want to put them in? Alron's Epiphany to give me an extra turn. Yeah, I'm taking too long probably to think about what I want. I mean, it's against aggro. Maybe I wanted Gargaroth. Actually, I would have gotten a Tarask to either Hobgoblin Lord and just lock them out of the game. Yup. Okay, Heartless Act, Binding of the Old Gods, so removal, ramp, early removal enough to deal with Battlecry Goblin, Hobgoblin Bandit, Temple of Malady, Alron's Epiphany. It's not a blue source. If I can stick Elder Gargaroth, I think I'll be happy. Okay, Battlecry Goblin, yep. Extinction Event, that is spectacular. Is it spectacular enough to ramp into? No, it's not. Take care of Battlecry Goblin there. Holding up Heartless Act. Gargaroth. Finding oh, that's interesting. I will just gain some life. Go for the Triumph. Binding on Torbrand. Yep. No, that first game, that was a spectacular beatdown opponent. That Goblin curve was just amazing. I am going to kind of clip it, and when I do my stream highlights for this week, I'm showcasing that. That was beautiful. Good game, well played. That just it gets me excited, I guess. I hope there's like more kind of Goblin encouragement coming out in the next kind of year for Standard. That would be cool to see that supported. Again, I guess maybe it's a change up from the mono red we've been used to for the last couple of years. Goblins hasn't had a time to shine outside of Historic. Yeah, ramp, payoffs, disruption. Edgeball and Keeper. Okay. With that, playing the forest like that seems fine. Ooh. Okay, so this is the Temur. Okay, this is Temur. Okay, this is red, blue, green. Red, blue, and green. Alright. I was gonna play that out, but they definitely have bone pressures, kind of with Edgewall. Elvish Visionary. It's what the disruption's for. Crack this. Get me in my swamp. And then follow that up with a nice little island to settle down on. Depending on what kind of board they bring up, I'll probably run out Professor Onyx. Keep the Quandrix Cultivator back to protect Professor Onyx from aggression. Because my guess is this is the Temur Lukka shell where they're trying to cheat in Coma. Coma, chameleon. You come and go. You come and go. Whoa. Get the swamp. Run out Professor Onyx. And if they have, one untapped source, then I'm presuming that's probably to threaten a mystical dispute. I guess I'm getting ready to find out what they have for their next turn. Either way, though, I got Alron's Epiphany to kind of give me an extra turn with Professor Onyx. With Professor Onyx finding me more action. Drawing a card. Okay, maybe they're short on lands. So, for anything else, the island, pick up Liliana or Professor Onyx. It's so hard not to refer to her as, well, that name. So get the little drain, get the extra turn, get in for 3. Alright. So, Professor Onyx again. Go with Blinding. Chain another All-Around's Epiphany. Yeah. Just pushing too far ahead, getting too many flyers, taking too many extra turns, building up too big of a mana advantage. Okay, so negate here. Mystical Dispute for sure. Do I Ray of Frost? Does not deal with Coma. Power Word Kill and Heartless Act deal with Coma. Disdainful Stroke doesn't counter Coma. The only thing it would counter anyways is Lukka. There might be, depending on how this matchup goes, Imarith and Plukranos seem like solid things to lean into. They are aware of the Jawari's disruption, so I probably will only be able to get away with 1 again. I'm not necessarily like racing, so going down to Cultivate and a little bit of the ramp package seems fine, while still holding up a solid amount of kind of my removal suite, board wipe suite, because for the most part their creatures are usually under 3 converted mana cost, except for Coma. But I got what I got to try to fight Coma. I probably could have dropped a Cling to Dust, though, in retrospect, if I didn't already do that. Yikes. I want it. That's what. Oh, jeez. Okay. This is workable. Gotta throw back. Yeah, throw back exactly those. Temple Malady. Okay, that's blue source. So I'll be able to have all my mana. I just need to be able to get into a solid Shadow's Verdict. Playing that as Tangled Veil instead of the Floral Hedron to avoid Bone Crusher. Elsmith's Nightmare, threatening any Lukkas they may have in hand. Lovestruck Beast, yep. Goldspan Dragon. Goldspan Dragon. I'm regretting my life choices now. Like, I'm gonna take 6 here. Oh, wait. Oh, they... No, I could have taken probably 10. They could have run out the Goldspan Dragon. They're choosing not to run out the Goldspan Dragon. Yeah. I have to Shadow's Verdicts. What did they draw? Bone Crusher, okay. So... Okay, depending on what they draw, they can run out Goldspan Dragon, create a treasure on the attack, then run out Bone Crusher on the follow-up because of Goldspan's ability to double treasure value. So, my back is to a door. Alright. So this is just hoping they don't have another Goldspan Dragon, no more haste. I will potentially go down to 1, still dead to like any kind of Bone Crusher, any kind of direct damage. No Bone Crusher, no direct damage. Huey. Run this out on blue to give me additional blue sources so I can hold up Mystical Dispute. Which probably they'd be able to pay. If they have Mystical Dispute, they're able to pay for it. Yeah. Alright. So going to the next one. Mystical Disputes versus Mystical Disputes not working out so well. Ray of Frost is looking a bit better now, too, after seeing Goldspan Dragon. Just a bit. Actually, Disdainful Stroke, too. So maybe this is just like a Temur adventure kind of thing. Alright. Actually, Ray of Frost is... This is not the matchup for Ray of Frost, the more I think about it. And this is probably also not... Oh, Desert Doom. It blocks Goldspan. It blocks Goldspan. That's enough. That's enough, isn't it? Just to be able to block Goldspan Dragon. Where do I go down then? Okay, I'll drop the 1 of... Or 2 of Jawari's Disruption, go down to a 1 of Fun of. They'll be playing around it, I feel like. Especially since I'm on the play now. Alright. So, with this, I am just going to try to accelerate and ramp as fast as I possibly can. So, run out Tangled Florahedron, turn 2. Yeah. Florahedron, turn 2. If they have Bone Crusher and they want to hit it, be my guest. I still have Cultivate. Looking at their deck, I wonder, can they get away with like running that one companion that has an odd, that cares about odd converted mana costs? I'm forgetting, it's in red black. I mean, hybrid, so they could run it with double red. Trying to think of what kind of cards in this deck would prevent them from being able to run that. And nothing is immediately coming to mind. Swamp. Get Professor Onyx down. Get the opponent to sacrifice their Love-Struck Beast, no attacks. Alright. Visionary, yep. Wait. Yeah. Yeah, you go, Professor Onyx. Dispute for anything else they might have against me. Could cultivate. So that. And this feel like the best solutions I can have. Yeah. Okay, so I'm holding up Mystical Dispute for a general counter. Or anything they may have. Because of the Tangled Florahedron. And I mean, if they don't play anything, Omen of the Sea. Well, I still take up Liliana to try and find an emergent ultimatum to close out this game. Okay, yep. Love Struck Beast. Trigger, trigger. I'm not concerned about Love Struck Beast. Not anymore. I'm gonna see. Get my scry on. Just doesn't feel fair at all. I want to play Vorinclex with this, but I know I should hold up Mystical Dispute. It's the correct thing to do. Getting a binding.
Never thought I'd miss the library.
Yorion in hand. Still holding up Mystical Dispute. I mean, they could drop Coma, but I'm fine. I'm fine with that. Yeah. Get a little drain going, thanks, Liliana. You're the best around. No one's gonna ever keep you down, Liliana. So, yeah, now I guess my concern is Coma, but Coma's not bad because of Professor Onyx. They have to sacrifice their Coma Coil if they want to deal with Onyx. Boltspan Dragon, yep. Makes more mana. Block exactly like this. With that, I will draw a card. Probably Bone Crusher, the Elder Gargroth. Start by taking out Professor Onyx.
There has to be an answer here.
Wolfwell Haven on the swamp. Play a Bone Crusher. Yep, drawing cards. Ah, rip Liliana. Liliana, you did your best. You got me like a crap ton of value. I'm almost through half my deck and there's no emergent ultimatums. But you got me a crap ton of value. And that's what counts the most, Liliana. That is what counts. So they have something they can do. Go for Yorion. Holding up mana to respond. Exactly these 5 things. Dropping their cultivator. Take action, get my last island out of the deck. No blocks, or no attacks. Let's go here and here. Triggers all around. Goodbye, Goldspan. Take action, get the last forest out. Then Omen of the Sea. Show me that negate. Oh man. Ooh. Allowing resolves for sure. Drawing a card. Yeah, I'll let one pressure get rid of my my little one birdie. Yeah, I was gonna say why. I mean, I'm not gonna say no, but I also want to just say why. Hot Tarask action here. Primarily just a flex. Just leaving them in awe of this 10 or 9 mana 10/10 that I am legitimately casting. They have 2 mana. They can respond. I had the negate. Jeez, how do I want to follow this up? I save Vorinclex for next turn. Attack exactly like this. I don't want Edgewalling Creeper to live. They've been drawing a fair amount of cards, and I want that to stop. They want to throw approximately 3 things in front of this. They can throw their Bone Crushers and the human there. Yep. Putting in some serious effort to take that down. Passing it back, holding up negate still. Just playing around anything that can take me down. Still haven't seen like an emergent ultimatum. I'm just at the halfway point for the deck. Creatures I control have Death Touch. Sweet. That was almost a misclick. Ooh. Counter War. Let's go. What's your last card? Okay. Good game. Well played. Hey, MTG Dad. How's it going? Doing some Friday morning magic here. Grinding the rank queue with the Yorion deck again to prepare for tomorrow morning's qualifier weekend. Ready for that weekend, yes. Saturday and Sunday. Yep, tomorrow is the Mythic Qualifier for the, I believe, May, June, and July ranked seasons. And it is standard constructed. I hope it's best of 3. I feel like it is best of 3 off the top of my head. But yep, tomorrow's the qualifier. I gotta get on, I think either like sometime before, I want to say 8 a.m. my time, so before 8 my time, which would be, I think, 10 your time, if I'm recalling correctly. Between like the gap between, I guess, 8 and 10 your time is the best way I feel like I can describe it. Register then, and then just start playing afterwards, which I think I don't have any other interaction to kind of enable Cling to Dust. Okay. Run out the forest. Cleanest play I can make. Okay. Strict Proctor. Ow. That's good tech. But ow. Come on. Okay, Selfless Savior, yep. My Omen of the Sea is gonna cost 4 mana to be effective. Yorion in hand. Taking my turns off. Okay. Skyclave, yep. Oh yeah, this is kind of a nombo, I guess, if it's... Oh, take your time. You're more than good. Yeah, I'm gonna stream the Mythic Qualifier. I'm going to stream it tomorrow morning. It's outside my schedule, but it should be basically the same kind of time frame I've been keeping up with. Alright. Oh my goodness, this is a Winota deck. Alright, just gotta hope I don't die. Luminarch Aspirant. Okay. Alright. Just getting this out of the way, yeah, I'll pay the 2. Yikes. I need my black source. Yikes. Alright. Well, even then, they got Winota. Nice. I was not expecting this. This is a pleasant change-up for me from seeing the constant Winota, like, setup. I definitely, like, played this way too slow. I gotta concede I underestimated this. Gonna let you get your beatdowns in. Oh yeah, no, definitely. I mean, I still hate Winota, just with a passion. It worked on me. It worked on... I mean, to be fair, also, it didn't seem like I was going to get any other kind of interaction to deal with that anyways. Before then. So, go up my anti-Winota stuff. Go down a single here. And then drop a Tangled Floral Hedron. No, actually, no, Floral Hedron's fine. Wolf Haven maybe. Yeah. Try it like this again. Yeah, even with that, with their Proctor, it didn't. I don't think I would have with this being a Winota deck also. Okay, Jawari's Disruption, Disdainful Stroke. Okay, so I'm going first. Playing Jawari's Disruption tapped with the forest next turn means I'm probably going to get my Omen of the Sea to kind of scry for me this time. get a look at my cards faster. Keeping the Tarask is also another kind of... This is a 6-card hand. This is basically a 6-card hand. But it has an Extinction Event. It has a Disdainful Stroke. Get my Omen of the Sea out. Do I want Shadow? I have Extinction Event. I feel like that's enough. Quandrix Cultivator will help me get more mana as long as I get an additional source of land. There we go. And I'm not concerned about a turn 4 play here, so I'm tapping myself down, let them run out whatever they need to. So Forest next turn, Quandrix Cultivator, find another island. Still have Extinction Event as well. Depends on how much board they're able to build up here. On their, okay, so still, yeah, that's fair. That's really fair. That's true. I mean, Winota's a 4-mana threshold. I gotta work for 7 mana though. Is my defense. Yes, I mean it is the pot calling the kettle black, but I don't know. Just yeah. You gotta hate them both. And it's why I'm choosing Ultimatum, because I feel like it does have like a more viable matchup against a variety of other decks. Okay, so they did that to play out the Winota. Alright. I am intrigued what kind of hand they kept. Yeah. Current standard's not fun. This might actually just, like, this weekend might be the last time I do play through with this standard environment. I mean, I've spiced up the deck a little bit. I got the new Tarask in there, which can just come in and win some games out of nowhere. And nobody really expects the hasty 10-10. Yep, there's the giant killer. Winota getting in for 4. Heartless Act. Yeah, okay. Tap exactly like this. Like these. Get my value from that, so I'll be able to hold up Disdainful Stroke and Heartless Act. Don't want another island? No. I mean, actually I might have for Disdainful Stroke, but anything I would want to hit with a Disdainful Stroke I could hit with a Heartless Act. I think most of the stuff I want to interact with. Yeah, I'll let them have this. Extinction Event, name Even. Oh, I missed my attack. Oh wait, no I didn't. No, I purposely just attacked. Okay. Yep. Dean of Order. Ooh, and I think this can be hit with, like, Winota. Or can it? No, it can't. Oh, yeah, no, I should have. I totally agree. I just, like, misthought my turns for everything. That I should have attacked with Yorion 100%. That is definitely very correct. And I'll just start getting in now. If I come up short by 4 damage, then I definitely more than deserve to be yelled at here. So, Den of the Bugbear is something they can animate here. Wait, Historian, something to... Yeah, it is. I need to hit my second black source, then I just start chinning off ultimatums. Yeah, right now let them get in for one. I want to save the Heartless Act for the Den of the Bugbear. There you are, Fabled Passage. No, you were very correct, yeah. I just, I was playing overly cautious, that's for sure. More cautious than I needed to. Auron's Epiphany, can't do Taros because that's in hand. Guess go for Professor Onyx and then Vorinclex as well. Okay. So Auron's Epiphany. I get in for 4 with Yorion. Well, actually, potentially 10 damage right now with Vorinclex. They could have Burning Hands. They might have brought in that. Yup, they brought in that tech. They brought in that Burning Hand tech. Ooh. I'm doing it. I'm living the dream. A surprise 10-10 with haste. And fights a blocker. Alright. Tarask is just going to be my pet card for the rest of the time I end up playing this deck. Had it in opening hand. Paid off. Got there with it. Well, I mean, it was more like me locking it down. They had a really bad opening hand and draw because they didn't establish any kind of board in this Winota deck up until turn 4. I think they probably had a lot of interaction. They probably had that Burning Hands from the beginning to expect to deal with another Elder Gargaroth is what I'm presuming. Maybe they expected I put in like Coma, because I've seen a few like builds with that in this kind of deck. And also just to take care of Vorinclex like they did. Okay, so board wipe, card draw, interaction. I will actually run out a turn 1 swamp because Ray of Enfeeblement hits the Proctor, which shut me down before. Okay. Still with that. Hold up Omen of the Sea. Definitely play the Triumph. Tap next turn now. Right, 3 mana. Another slow hand. I mean, I actually want both of these. More green sources. Play that taps. I'm still at 7 cards. Ray of Enfeeblement, Disdainful Stroke, pair of Goblins, yeah. Caught me off guard. Redain, yes. So, take 2. I hit their Redain. And Forest. Hold on to Disdainful Stroke for this turn. I mean, if they play something on even, that's... I can take 4. I can take 4 here. I am comfortable taking this for. And naming even. Okay. Clearwater pathway on black. Murkwater pathway. There. Oh. Yeah, that sound is as uncomfortable as I imagined it would be. Thank you for the follow, Menolia Meow. Oh. Alright. Distracted myself a little with that. Blue, green. I do want to run out Elder Gargoth. They probably have the Burning Hands in hand. They're probably waiting for this. They don't. Okay. They still have Blade Historian. Probably gonna spread out their counters evenly. Yep. Going for the double strike. I need to find myself another land. Okay. So advancing the board. So I have my forests. Get another island. So 1, 2. 2 black sources, 2 blue sources. It's kind of whatever now. I'll get an extra blue source. Play this out. And play this over here. Oh, wait, no. Yeah, okay. Alright. Animating Den of the Bugbear, yep. Going for +1/+1 counters on... Yikes, yeah, they got me. Resolving. I still take 8 damage. Good game. Well played, Gizion. Holding on to those Umarak Respirants. Definitely waiting for me to bait out my board wipe. Very nice. I probably should have Disdainful Stroked the Blade Master, or Blade Historian, I should say, as another misplay I made back there. Because then I would have minimized my damage. I could manage the 2 1/1s. And I'd still be holding on to a board wipe for more board presence. So yeah, it's not the deck, it's me. Alright. Trying this. Play that tapped. Alright, Wolfwillow Haven, so mirror match. That's something I actually could have looked at and saw. Like their sleeves. Go for Swamp. I should have Cling to Dust. Did the land. Alright. None of this is what I'm needing, but it's lands. It's lands, and that's enough for me, I feel like. It's a race to ramp, but they're definitely gonna get there way ahead of me. I'm not gonna deny that. Yep, Omen of the Sea. Scrying to the bottom. Elder Gargaroth, which is normally a very good card. Bring it back. Alright, bring Yorion into hand. So my turn, my graveyard. Hit the Fabled Passage. So I can cycle and maybe just find more mana like that. Yep. Alright. They probably have counter magic. I don't have any interaction besides board wipes. So we're just gonna run out Yorion, try to just get a value off Omen of the Sea. Omen of the Sea, yeah. Try to find the additional blue or black source that I need to be able to cast the Emergent Ultimatum. Alright. Found two things that can help with that. I mean, wish I could play that, but couldn't. Because of the blink. Yeah, if they got the Emergent Ultimatum, you got me. I'll see what I can do about it. Depending on what they select. I do have Extinction Event if they get a bunch of creatures. Auron's Epiphany. I can take a Vornclex hit, I feel like, and still name even with Extinction Event for a turn. So I will risk the extra turn, even though that might have been like, well, I feel like Valky more so would have, instead of going ultimate, would have just like minused on Yorion. And then probably run away with the game afterwards. Just gotta play around my outs of them not having another ultimatum. Okay, Yorion. Clicking the omens. I am jealous of their Vornclex style there. Bottom. Alright, cool. So put the Triumph tapped. Go for Extinction Event, name even. If it sticks, yeah, even. And I survived an Emergent Ultimatum. Yeah. Go me. I just took like 12 damage with it. Predation? Yeah, sure. Yep, taking away my ultimatum, that's fair. Heartless Act on Yorion. Which definitely tells me that there's a race and it is on. Alright. Go for Professor Onyx. Down tick.
Welcome to Withergreen College. You'll learn the power of death.
Yep, cracking an omen. Alright, almost got enough cards in the graveyard to cling to dust again if I want to, which is nice. Well, actually, yeah, Liliana, cling to dust, synergy. Binding of the Old Gods. And I just want to binding their binding so they don't get a forest. And then this way also I can still like cling to dust at the end of their turn. To either gain some life back to make me feel safe again or draw a card while holding up Mystical Dispute to counter anything they may have. Choosing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Jawari's Disruption. Triumph, so I can cast Valky in the future. They have enough open mana to interact. If I tried to run out, Kiora Best to See got here, so we'll just run it back to them. Alright, Binding. What's the target? Woman? Yeah, I'll just crack it now. None of those. So they know about Kiora Best to See God, so I'm just gonna get that out of the way. They don't know about Valky yet. So, yep, Disdainful Stroke. End the turn. Ramping. Playing the land. Probably, yeah, okay, cool, they're just making their wolf. Alright. So, go for Tybalt. Do I get Tibbs? Yeah, I'll just auto-pay. What's on the top of each of our decks? Shadow's Verdict. End the turn. Okay, so... well... Might have just helped them unintentionally, maybe? Get to find out shortly. Okay, ooh, 2 at me. Yep. Cracking here. What do I have an abundance of? Blue sources. I need more blue sources. Alright. Go for the Extinction Event and even. Go for Tybalt. Cosmic Imposter. Alron's Epiphany. Okay, that was close. For the mirror. I was able to still get there. At 2 life. Disdainful Strokes, Negates, Test of Talents, Mystical Disputes. All the stuff I wanted in a mirror match. Go down single Jawari's Disruption. I want to keep up my ramp package. Oh yeah. Drop the Extinction Events down to 1. Clear out all the Shadow's Verdicts. Drop down a Cling to Dust to 1 copy. It's a race. I want my ramp. I want my ramp bad. I don't want my ramp. I want it. Okay, yeah, with this I can probably drop a Heartless Act then. Less need for single target removal. I mean, I'd still like to draw 1. It's a hand with an ultimatum in it. Binding to interact. Get the Triumph down. Get the other Triumph down unless I draw something I can do for 2 mana. Yeah, I could... Something I can do for 2 mana, alright. They can interact it. Oh, nope. Just gonna let me stick it. Cool, cool. So, if this is still around next turn, then I'll probably go for Quandrix Cultivator. The ramp. Get an island. Alright. Blue Chronos. Yep. Blue Chronos is a good card. This tapped. Binding Blue Chronos. Searching. Triome. Kind of not sure if I can go for it. They probably maybe have counter magic available. Oh, that resolved way too fast. Okay. So building up a bit of a board in case they do have some kind of counter magic, or play around Mystical Dispute is what my mindset is. Disdainful Stroke here. Okay. So in combat for 3. Try to go for the Emergent Ultimatum. Test of Talents. Actually, I'm pretty ahead. They only have that in there. No, they're gonna... Well, that's tricky. Tricky. Yeah. Got a Disdainful Stroke my own Emergent Ultimatum, so they don't take it away from me. Good game. Sure. I mean, you Emergent Ultimatum last time I got there. If you think you can do it again, by all means. Goma? Goma meet Vornklex. Ya boy. Yeah. Block like that, sacrifice the serpent. Give it indestructible. Blink all the things. Forest out of the deck. I mean, yeah, Koma can win you the game, but I'm still alive to my Emergent Ultimatums. They're all still in my deck. I'm still alive to a lot of things. Alright. No attacks. Make a wolf. Mirror matches. Aren't they just fun? Finding... Yeah. They might be able to start pushing through on here now. Getting in for 10. Jump block. Power word kill. Save it for Yorion? So I can slow down their, like, flying pressure. Even though they should probably be attacking all out with their coils. Powerless Act. Power word kill. Ha ha ha. Now, I mean, I know they got there here. I mean, actually, I got one more turn. So, yeah. Got one more turn. I'm drawing live to Ultimatum, which they still might just have a counter for. Nope. Alright, going to the next one. It It is. It is. It's 7 mana. Yeah. You gotta deal with it either like immediately or you're not gonna be able to deal with it at all. Which makes me think I do need to have my Heartless Axe, because they're definitely playing the board presence game, that's for sure. Joys, disruptions. I do need my ramps. Extinction event to help deal with coma. Just a single copy. Go down Floral Hedron. Go down Cling to Dust. Try it like that. Yeah. I mean, like, I did, like, lose when I went for my ultimatum, and they tested talents it with me, like, using my own Disdainful Stroke to kind of just give myself a little bit of hope. So the game did probably end right there. Oh, Extinction is great against it. It's just, I don't feel like in this matchup I need to specifically be playing around it. I feel like I want one Extinction event in this for like an ultimatum to search and find it, to take care of a coma, is my logic, at least, for how I want to deal with that. Because I know it's probably a one of in their deck. It's not it doesn't seem like it's a main board card. Yeah, go take my Tarask. Yep. Yeah, I mean, that's why I'm not, like, completely removing it. Like, most of the time, I feel like it's a card I wouldn't want to see. Extinction Event is a card I want to see against my aggro matchups. But here, it's more of like a one-of kind of 4-mana removal. Okay, Alron's Epiphany and another Cultivate. I mean, I want the Alron's Epiphany. I am going to play the Triumph as a land next turn. Yeah. I am comfortable with them getting in for 2 with Valky. So, play my Triumph, Foretell, protect the Alrons. Hit 2, yep. Putting Yorion into hand. Play another Triumph, Cultivate. So I have my black source in hand, so blue and green. Put blue into play. Hold on to the forest. Blue Chronos, yep. Alron's Epiphany. Burn out Liliana. Downtick Liliana to have them sacrifice Blue Chronos. I'm actually almost at a point where I want to kill Valky so I can get my Tarask back and just cast it. Oh, almost. Binding of the Old Gods, yep. To answer Liliana. Okay. Wolfpool Haven on the island here. Get Yorion into hand. Go to combat. Oh. Go, bird. Fly in! And peck at the opponent's face. Okay, there's their ramp. Coming to the sea, yep. Duress. Need another point source to help diversify. In for some 2. Wandrix Cultivator. Go for Yorion. They probably have another, like, Mystical Dispute or something. Oh. Maybe they have Test of Talents again. Which might work really well for me having the Tarask. Yeah, get a Forest. I'm gonna see Test of Talents. Alright. So that's gone. I don't have to worry about that anymore. Go for the test. They cracked that? Okay, nope. Alright, and that was it, yeah. They, yeah, knew I could resolve the Tarask at that point with all the mana I had. The Test of Talents was the ideal top deck to cover myself in that situation. I'm trying to think of what else the opponent could have done there. Nothing's coming to mind off the top of my head. Alright. Spells that target any spells that deal damage to any target can deal damage to creatures, players, or planeswalkers. But if it's any target, does that mean I can deal damage to, like, artifacts and or enchantments if they're not creatures? Magic? You're making your wording more confusing as you simplify it. Oh, jeez. Playing against a Mythic player. Is that rank 170? Yeah. GQMC Gary 45. Guess my win streak has been going on for a minute. Let's see, I got a board wipe. I got ramp if I need to. I got Jawari's Disruption if I need that to slow things down. Just, okay. Red. Cool. So with that, I'll definitely play a Floral Hedron on turn 2 tapped. Please don't hit a land. But it wasn't a land. Maybe they'll play it next turn and not advance their board. Annex, yep. Hold a Partless Act for Annex. Fireblade Charger, yep. Ah, no, I probably should have hit Annex at that point. I need to hit Annex. Should have hit Annex on that first cast. Ah, Mono Red, I'm glad you're still a deck. Trigger. Yep. Lands. Untapped lands that I needed desperately. Not an untapped land. Valky. Shut them down. Slow down Annex. I mean, it's gonna get hit immediately. Yep. Even though, actually, I think they have it right here. Well, no, they can bring me to 1, which is enough for Fireblade Charger to get me. There's nothing I can do. I needed to be able to cast Extinction Vent that last turn. Yeah. Alright, just gonna concede so I don't reveal any more of my deck. Even though they've got a sense of what this matchup is. Oh, thank you, yeah. Yeah, I figured like minimize it enough so it's not too distracting, but stuff still kind of shows up there. I was trying to do a thing where it scrolls just on the bottom, but that was not working out very well. Ray of Frost. More creature stuff down here. Disdainful Stroke hits Embercleave, but that's the only thing it hits. So I don't think I need to be playing around Embercleave. I'll keep a single Cling to Dust to help keep me alive. Go down a Wolfwillow Haven because it's a card I want the ramp, but I probably want it less so than maybe using a Tangled Floral Hedron as a chump blocker. Is my thought process here. But yeah, okay, next time I'll probably also just, hard to fix the line on where it starts. I mean, stuff is just going to go away, up, down, and around. Extinction Events, Bindings, this will hopefully get me into the Game 3 in this matchup. I mean, yeah. Maybe I'm not ready for this entire meta. Maybe there's been greater kind of diversification. I feel like Winota was like the strongest deck I was seeing become the most like prevalent thing, so I tried to build around that. But that has definitely left me weaker to a lot of other matchups here, such as Mono Red. Alright, Robber, yep. For 3, gotta play the Triumph like this. Holding up more cards in hand, so I'll probably get something with the Robber of the Rich. Okay. Yep. Coming in for 5. And taking a card. Land. Okay. Black. Extinction Event. Even. Taking in for 1. So that means they have something to follow up on? No. Okay. Binding? Because they could have animated the Faceless Haven and gotten in with that. So I'm curious. Okay, they wanted a Bone Crusher. Maybe another Bone Crusher? Yeah. Okay. Playing to some very solid outs. I mean, if they have a third Bone Crusher in hand, then yeah, Faceless Haven. Actually, yeah, they'd have lethal here. They animate Faceless Haven. If they have a third Bone Crusher or another source of direct damage for 2, maybe Burning Hands is direct damage. Yep, third Bone Crusher. Good game. Good game, well played. I was put in my place. Alright, I'm going to play one more game. Then I am probably going to call it for myself on this stream. I'm actually learning a lot now, too. Like, before I was facing a fair amount of Winota matchups, and the one time I played it today, I made a huge misplay that cost me the game. But I'm also running into the other kind... it's still kind of a diverse-ish meta format. There's rogues that can be, like, run into at any time. There's, yeah, Mono Red, as seen before. There's a variety of different decks I can encounter. I kept this without Black Mana. It is. Mono Red is very smart aggro meta call. I mean, does well against me. It definitely does well against... Well, I feel like it can potentially do well against Winota if it's keeping up on the pressure. If it's on the play, for sure. Which can be said about every other matchup ever. If this deck is on the play, it's going to do great. Hold up Jawari's Disruption here for... And if they cast Lovestruck Beast, holding up also Power Word Kill or Heartless Act if they play something else that gets around my Jawari's Disruption. Or Spike. Okay, Temple of Malady. Scry that to the bottom. Yeah, still hold up removal. Take 1. Yeah, mono red was something I was debating about maybe going for too. Ooh, Temur again, okay. So this is the Temur shell, in which case I have potential to be worried about a Goldspan Dragon. Another island. Innkeeper. Lovestruck Beast. Alright. So I got 2 black sources, 2 green, 2 blue. Probably one another green. Ah, well, I have dual green-black, so it's probably fine. Nah, I want a Shadow's Verdict here. Get a 2 for 1. Get in for 3 because I'm not concerned about haste with the 3-color deck. Oh, maybe. What if they drop a Bone Crusher on me? Or not a Bone Crusher, a Questing Beast. They just did it again. Yeah, Questing Beast is like my main concern, but even then I don't think I would block it. Well, what I was thinking about is this deck has like an odd converted mana cost for like a lot of its cards, so they could get away with running that one companion that cares about having odd. Is at least the thought I have behind this. Might regret doing that. Because I do kind of want to draw stuff. Okay. Elspeth's Nightmare. Get rid of the Innkeeper. Yeah, Questing Beast. Another House of a card. Great card. Great card with a kind of novel's length amount of text to read for figuring out what it does. Alright, taking 1. Okay, so they drop Coma is my other like concern with this kind of deck. They need another blue source if they wanted to stick it. No, I don't need to have enough keep stop. Well, maybe I will. I gotta see what they do. Lukka? Yep. Bone Crusher. Lovestruck Beast. Alright. So, looking at their hand. Oh, they had to do that because otherwise I would take the Lukka. Take their Mystical Dispute. Keeping up Heartless Act. I missed out on Yorion value. I was secretly hoping I would top deck an untapped source. Oh, wait. Yeah, no. I had to wait because I found that with the Binding of the Old Gods. So I was hoping I drew an untapped source so I could get value from redoing both of those again. Yep. Single point of damage.
Are the key to defending my city.
Lovestruck Beast. My turn, yeah. Heartless Act, Lovestruck Beast. Creatures I control gain Death Touch. I'm expecting this all to get disrupted. Yeah. So they can keep their Lukka around for one more turn. Cultivate. Lukka. Or Yorion. Yep, I'm at that point where I am... Well, I've been at this point all stream. I gotta admit that. I don't think I'm ready for tomorrow. But I'll try, I'll do my best still. Alright, I am so cool with Yorion being bounced like that. I get more Quandrix cultivator value. That's gonna be sweet.
If I can't use it as a weapon, it's useless.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I might have... Well, let's see, what are the other options? So, like, the bird, just to get it gone forever. It does, like, tempo slow down Yorion a bit, so they don't have to worry about having a flying blocker, like Brazen Borrower, or using another bounce again. But I also am always just live to drawing this card in this deck. Yup. Pre-tourney. That's true. Pre-tourney jitters. Let's see. And I'll go for the Tarask. I want to show them the Tarask. I'll keep it simple. I'll go Vornklex and Kiorabest to Sea God. As options. So if they give me Alrons and Vornklex, I get an additional turn with that. Yeah. Okay. So resolve Alrons first. And then just go for an extinction event. Name Odd. Like right now, the only thing, they can do is bounce. They've given me my extra turn. I have my Vornklex. I can bounce Vornklex. And maybe block with the 1/1 that's going to stick around. But outside of that, they're out of outs there. Okay. So not a Cling Dust matchup. Still want Shadow's Verdict because a lot of their creatures are less than 3 converted mana cost. Want the Negate at least. If I learned my lesson last time, maybe an additional like Disdainful Stroke. Not too many. I'm debating about Ray of Frost. Test of Talents would just be to hit their own like Mystical Dispute, so I don't think it's worth a full inclusion. That I can drop a Cultivate. I'm not trying to ramp race. I feel like. And then Heimerth. And drop a Tangled Floral Hedron, because it's a Bone Crusher target, so that's my like reduced incentive to play it out. Alright, so got all my colors. I got Mystical Dispute. I got Omen of the Sea to help find more of what I need, and I got the big payoff with Emergent Ultimatum. So Heartless Act. Bone Crusher, yep. That was a major misclick. I wanted to put that on green and run out of Wolfwillow Haven. So now I actually have to find another green source. Okay, I found my other green source. Found another Wolfwillow Haven. And now I'm just gonna make sure I run that out absolutely like that. Diversify my Wolfwillow Havens. To try to ramp into an Emergent Ultimatum. Or not next turn, but the turn after that, while holding up Mystical Dispute. gold span. Yep. Very fair. Because stick it like this. In an island here. Yeah, while they're tapped, just hit their gold span dragon. Burning hands, yep. Alright, so now I'm feeling very comfortable going in to next turn. So they're going to get in for 2. They have 5 mana potentially to set things up. 6 mana here. Bone Crusher, yep. So they are probably holding up a counter spell, as I anticipated, which is why Mystical Dispute, Emergent Ultimatum. Okay, Emergent Ultimatum resolves. What kind of combination of cards do I want now? I do want to take another turn. I like taking extra turns. I do want to run out the Tarask. And with that, I also want I'm Earth. Creatures with Ward to deal with their interaction. Because if they don't have counter magic, then they have Brazen Borrower for bouncing. Is my presumption. Okay, yeah, that was enough. Good game. Well played. And that is going to be my last match for this stream. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you, MTG Dad, for stopping in again. And the vote of confidence for the tournament tomorrow. I am going to be up and live again around the same 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Eastern time frame for the qualifier weekend. Mythic Qualifier. I'm probably going to run this version of the Yorion deck. I mean, after the last couple matchups, I feel like there are things I should tweak to it, but I don't know. I don't know. I'll do what I can. For Sarv, because I don't really have Kaldheim packs. Alright. Thanks again, and have a good day.